ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुश्रोत्रमथ बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतिर्यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। आकाशो वाव तेज स्मरो वाव आकाशात् भूयः। स्मरः the memory, remembrance, recognition. Akashat bhuyah. It is, even this is superior to akasha, space. Tasmad yadyapi bhava asiran smaranam antahkara dharmah. Vasakara says, smaranam, memory, remembrance is a mode of the mind. Antahkara vrittihi. स्मृतु स्मरणे ही सति आकाशादिस्वरम अर्थगत स्मरणवतः भोग्यत्वात्. So smaranam or memory is not directly the cause of space. In that sense, it is not said that smaranam is superior to space, but smaranam of the space is the cause of bhogyatva. It is memory which makes space and other things also. The objects of enjoyment, the objects of usefulness. Meaning only when you recognize space as space, then only you know what to do with the space. How space is useful, then only you see how the space is useful and you can use the usefulness. You can enjoy the space, what enjoyability that is in space. If fire is not recognized as fire, then you would not know that you can make tea on that, you see. Or it can remove your cold, so that would not be evident if the fire is not recognized as fire. If anything is not recognized for what it is, its usefulness, etc., is also not available. In that sense, we can say that smaranam or memory is the cause of imparting usefulness, bhogyatvam, the enjoyability to something. So in that sense, some kind of a cause and effect relationship is there. Therefore, it says smaranam is superior to space. Asaditu smarane sadapi asadeva. Somebody is here, I don't recognize that person. As good as the person is not there. Had I recognized the person and say, hey, I recognize you, please do this for me. Then I know what this person can do for me. Sattvakari abhavat. So if you do not remember, then there is no purpose served by that thing or being there. Navi sattvam smriti abhave. Bhashyakara goes on to say that if you cannot recognize something, it is as good as not there. In fact, not there at all. Sattvam sudha shakyam akasadinam avagantumiti. That space is there, air is there, fire is there. So, to accept that they are there is only possible when you know that this is space and this is air and this is fire, otherwise it's as good as not there. Not only usefulness is not there. In fact, that thing itself is not there. Even though a person is standing in front of me, Devadatta is not there. So, it is smaranam that creates the thing, you can say, by drashti sustivada. In that sense, this smaranam becomes directly the cause of space and other things. So, avagamyatva veshena tasya karyatva, that it is there. Dushyate loke, number one. Number two, dushyate loke smarasta bhuyastam yasmat tasmat yadyapi samuditaha bhavaha ekasmin asiran. Therefore, space is there. Many people also are there sitting in that place. But tatra asinaha anyonya bhashanavi nasmarantah chet. If they do not recognize what the other person is saying, they are assembled in a place, but do not remember, do not recognize what the other people are saying, then Shravanam, listening does not take place. Listening in terms of listening of sound takes place. But listening of what that person wants to communicate does not take place if I do not recognize what he is communicating. Nivataye kanchana shabdam shrunuyuhu tatha na manviyan. Mananam, the reflection, deliberation is upon what you heard. If you have not heard anything, there is no question of deliberating upon that. And then no question of knowing. So generally recognize that the process of knowledge takes place in these three steps in general. That you hear something and then you deliberate upon what it is that the person has said. That's how you understand what the person is saying. So understanding requires a deliberation and that requires hearing. In as much as in olden days, all the knowledge came from hearing. When the print was not there, all the knowledge came from hearing or Shravana. Now you may say that now I can read and know, but you can say that also is as good as hearing because somebody is written and you are reading. So you are as though hearing what someone is saying through the print. Meaning the primary source of knowledge is Shravana, hearing. what the teacher says, what the other people say. And when you hear something, right away do not grasp. Now, if the topic is familiar, it may not take a long time to deliberate on what they are saying, but in our mind, the process of mananam, or reflection upon what the person has said, does take place. What does he mean? What does he say? And then vijnanam, understanding of that takes place. So, shravanam, mananam, vijnanam. That's the process. So whatever we know as a result of the reflection or deliberation upon what we have heard or seen or read. So you see something also, you have to recognize what it is. For that, some thing may not take much time if it is familiar. Not familiar, it will take a longer time. So if you do not remember, do not recognize, Shravan does not take place to the words, then Mananam does not take place, then Vijnanam also does not take place. Yada bhavate smareyuhu smartavyam mantavyam vijnatavyam shrutavyam cha. Okay. If the smareyuhu shrutavyam smareyuhu, if what is to be heard, if they can remember or recognize what is to be heard, then they will recognize what is to be reflected upon, they will recognize what is to be known. Therefore, Smaranam plays a very important part in our day-to-day life, very much. That is why when memory is lost, person is lost. You live like a vegetable if the memory is gone, because you can't relate to anything. So, this is 110. Tatha smarena ve mo putraha. Same thing. Then recognize people for what they are. Ataha bhuyastvat smaram upasvaiti. There is smaram, smaraha, or smaranam is superior to akasha, space, therefore upasva. We meditate upon smara or memory as Brahman. Then, of course, Sri Narada asked this question, Asti Bhagavah Swarat Bhuyahayati. Oh, Venerable Sir, is there something superior to smara or memory? Smaradvav Bhuyah Asti iti. Indeed, there is something superior to smara or memory. Tanme Bhagavan Bhavitviti. May the Venerable Sir please tell me about what it is that is superior to smara or memory. Going to page 320. Ashavav smarat bhuyase आशेद्धो वै स्मरो मन्त्रानधीते कर्माणि कुरुते पुत्रांश पशूंश इच्छते इमं च लोकमं च इच्छते आशामुपाश्रेते Ashavav smarat bhuyase. Asha is hope. So hope is even superior to memory. Because when does that memory or recognition becomes meaningful? You remember something. But that remembrance becomes useful when there is asha or expectation. Hope. Says, Asheddo ismara. When smara or memory becomes enthused with hope, then mantrana, then one recites the mantra. Ultimately, there is a hope for getting the karma phala. So you want some worldly or otherworldly benefit. For that, you should perform a certain ritual or action. For that, you should know how to perform that action. For that, you must study the mantras or Vedas. So study of the Vedas from the teacher who teaches how to recite as well as teach the meaning and the karma. And then you perform those rituals and then you get that result. So behind every activity, some asha or hope is always involved. It is a hope which is a motivating factor which makes us perform the activities that we do. Even though we may not have specifically thought about what that hope is, always there. So when you come here to listen to this talk or class, there is also a hope that you learn something. Or when the teacher also comes and speaks, there is a hope, of course, that it will be received and people benefit from that. Whatever kind of hope. Hope can be that they will appreciate me. There also can be hope. Or they will learn something from that, or a mixture of all these hopes. So that hope is there. It is that hope which makes a memory meaningful or useful. So asha do is smaraha. Smara or memory, when it is enthused by asha or hope, mantran adhite, then alone he goes to the teacher and recites the mantra or studies the Vedas. Karmani kurate, from the mantra he understands, so what karma will be done, what karma will give, what kind of results, so karmani kurate. In performing the ritual also, the hope is there. In this side, when you go to school, there is a hope. I want to become an engineer, I want to become a doctor, I want to become something. Little child may not understand. Once it grows up, the hope is there. Then the hope may not be very clear. But number one, everybody is going, I shall also go to get recognition, to be with other friends, etc. From there, slowly the hope becomes more and more articulated. But behind every activity there is memory, and behind memory also there is a hope. So the memory as enthused by the hope becomes active. If the smara or the memory then makes this person recite their mantras, makes him perform rituals, and putramsha pasumsha icchate. Why the ritual performed? Because the desire for putra and pashu, etc., for progeny, for cattle. Imam chalokam amam cha icchate, to get the pleasures of this world and the other world. So asha, hope, is involved at every step. Therefore, it is the most important. Asam upasveti. We meditate on asha, hope as Brahman. Swastikara says, Asha vavasmarat bhuyase. Asha is bhuyase, greater than smara or memory. So why is the Bhashyakara says, first explains what is asha. Asha aprapta vastvakanksha. Asha trishna kamaha ityam ahuhu paryayehi sacha smarat bhuyase. So in case of asha, Bhashyakara takes a little time to explain what is the meaning of asha. Earlier things were clear, what is water and what is annam and what is fire and what is space, etc. But here Bhashyakara feels that this word asha should be explained. अप्राप्त वस्तु आकांक्षा आशा. Akanksha, the expectation, aprapt vastu, of acquiring something which is unacquired. So, expectation or a desire to acquire something which is not acquired. So, desire is for always something which you don't have. That's called asha. Trishna, sometimes also called trishna or craving. Kama, desire. So, hope, expectation, craving, desire. Yam ahu paryayahi, they are all synonyms. Meaning that for the same asha, people use different words. Sometimes kama, sometimes trishna, sometimes asha, etc. Sacha smarat bhuyasi. Asha such as that is bhuyasi, is sufi greater than smara, greater than memory. So asha swarupam paryayotya spashtayati. By paryaya, by giving these synonyms, the nature of the asha is clarified by Bhashyakara. Smarat bhuyastam ashayaha tat karanattvena sadhayati. So sacha smarat bhuyasi, that asha is greater than smara or memory. So tat karanatvena sadhayati. Why? Because asha is the karanam, the cause of memory. In that sense, it is superior to memory. Kathamiti. The Bhashyakara says, Katham ashayahi antahkaranasthaya स्मरते स्मर्तव्यम. Antahkaranasthaya ashaya. Asha, the hope that is residing in the heart. Smartavyam smarate. Even the incentive to remember something. When you remember, even when you take the trouble to remember something, what did you say? What was it? What was the name of that person? Where did he go? What did he do? Etc. So to remember those things. Why would you want to remember? Because the remembrance serves a certain purpose. So you will take the trouble even to remember something, provided there is asha or hope that it will serve a certain purpose. Otherwise, so many memories are there, nobody bothers to remember things. So, antahkaranasthaya ashayahi smartavyam smarate. It is only by the memory that is residing in the antahkarana of the mind that one remembers what is to be remembered. So many memories may be there, but we seek memory of something specific at a given time. So here at this time I may remember, seek to remember a given meaning of the word, let us say, an appropriate meaning of the word. Appropriate word, appropriate meaning. Other things I don't remember right now. So what is to be remembered is remembered, provided there is an asha or expectation of accomplishing something through that remembrance. Says Bhashyakara further, आशा विषय रूपम स्मरन् असौ स्मरो भवते अतः आशेद्धः आशया अभिवर्धितः स्मरभूतः स्मरन् ऋगादीन् मंत्रान् अधीते. So, asha vishaya rupam smaran, remembering the object of hope. You don't remember hope, remember object of hope. So remember, you remember what? Remember only not any object, only object of hope. Meaning the remembrance or memory of what will serve a certain purpose. That is what you will want to remember. Because remembering also requires a certain amount of effort. And you will make that effort provided that effort serves the purpose. So, Asha Visharupam Smaran, remembering the object of hope or an object that will serve a certain purpose. Smaro, this fellow becomes rememberer, smara. So, smarati is smaraha. The one who remembers is called smara. So, then smaryate iti smaraha also you can say. Anena, all vyutpatti, karma vyutpatti, kartra vyutpatti, karma vyutpatti, karana vyutpatti. Smarati iti smaraha, one who remembers is called smara. Smaryate, what is remembered also can be called smara. Smarita anena, that through which something is remembered also can be called smara. But here, smaro bhavati. So smarati iti smara. One remembers is called smara. So rememberer, So kartru vyutpatti what? Rememberer, if there is such a word. Ataha ashebdha asha abhivarditaha. Abhivarditaha. One who is enthused by asha, by hope. Smarabhutaha, becoming identified with that smara or memory. Smaran. So a person remembers. When he becomes a rememberer, when he identifies with what is to be remembered, becomes rememberer and he remembers. Rugadin mantran adhite. Then adhite, he recites the mantras such as Ruk and others. Here in the 25th line, it says Abhinava Narayanandra Vidya Prakashetu Ishvarasha Ukta. So in the Anubhuti Prakasha, Vidyaranya Swami has explained the word Smara also has a memory of Ishvara and Asha also has memory of Ishvara. Ishvarasya srishtyasa smriti karanamiti. What he says. Smriti karanam. That Ishvara also so kamayata ahusyam prajaya sadapotapyata satapastatva. So he remembers what is to be created. Even for Ishvara to even remember how the creation was in the last cycle, then also in hope, expectation, hope that I will create. The hope of creation is there, then only you will remember what is to be remembered. Then the teacher gives an example that you curdle the milk so that you get the curd next morning. Suppose it's very cold and you know that even after curdling the milk, the curd will not be ready. Then you don't curdle. So, you even, if only asha is there, that the milk, the curd will be prepared, then only you take the trouble of remembering how to curdle the milk and stuff like that, and then you only proceed to do what is the warming of the milk and what is to be done. The asha is not there. I don't think I can make it. Too late, flight is gone. If asha is not there, you won't even bother about doing anything or remembering anything. So Ishvara also will create this. If there is an asha or hope for creating, then only Ishvara also will remember what is to be created. how the creation was in last cycle and then what is to be done. All of this activity will take place provided there is asha or hope of accomplishing what it is that he wants to accomplish. So, Ishasya Srishtya Smriti Karanamiti. That the desire of Ishvara, hope of Ishvara is the cause of the Smriti, his memory. Again the Tika says, Smar Shabdasya, Smaranatattvasya, Purvuktatvat. So when you associate this with Ishvara, then it becomes very clear. Memory of Ishvara, Asha of Ishvara is very clear. But when it is memory of an individual and asha of individual, then it becomes a little more, you have to deliberate more. And that's what Bhashyakara has done. Smar Shabdasya Smaranartattvasya Purvamuktatvat Tasya mantra adhyetritvam asamvidyasankya yas smar shabda kartru-vitpatya smartruvachi-dyaha. Smara means smaranam, remembering. Purvamuktatva, that was the meaning given in the previous passage. Tasya mantra. How can remembrance recite the mantra? Memory. Memory does not recite the mantra. Smaraha mantran adhite. But smaraha means memory. How can that recite mantra? Tasya mantra adhyetrutum asamvidyasankya yas smar shabda kartru-vitpatya smartruvachi. So, Asha smara bhuyasi, there smara means memory. Ashedho is smara mantra is there smara means the rememberer. First smara is remembrance, this second smara is rememberer. Yes smara shabda kartru-vitpatta smartruvachi. So, smarati, this smara, that way the second smara of the Shruti is explained as the karta, the agent of remembrance. So Bhashyakara is smaran asau smaro bhavati. Remembering becomes the agent of remembering. एवं च तस्य अध्येतृत्वम उपपद्यते इत्यतः स्मरो भवति. अतः, in fact there is no ityatah, I could not find it. अतः आशेद्यः आशय अभिवर्धितः स्मरभूतः स्मरन् ऋगादि मंत्रान् अधीते. Then further, adhitya cha tadartham brahmanebhyah vidhimscha shutva karmani kurute tatphalashaya eva putramscha pashumscha karmaphalabhutan icchate अभिवांछति आशया एव तत्साधनानि अनुतिष्ठति. अधीत्य च तदर्थं ब्राह्मणेभ्यः विधिं च श्रुत्वा. From brahmanas अर्थं च श्रुत्वा. So not only does the student learn how to recite the text, but also teacher explains the meaning of the text as well as the vidhi and also the procedure by which various rituals are to perform, or what is to be done, what is not to be done, that dharma. So basically a student learns from Gurukulam. Number one, how to recite the text. Number two, what the meaning of the text is. Number three, dharma, the knowledge gained from the text, how is it to be implemented in one's life. Then the education is complete, not just reciting something. And so, vidhim sashvitva. So brahmanebhyah. Narendapuri says Rugadi mantrarthan brahmana grantoktamscha yavad jivade vidhana ityartha. So word brahmana can mean a brahmana. It can mean brahmana grantha also. Because all the rituals are delineated in the brahmana text. So Rugadi mantrarthan brahmana grantoktam cha yavad jivade vidhana ityartha hai. Yavajyam, Agnihotram, Juhoti, this kind of vidhi also he learns from the Brahmana text. That's what his idea. Then, Karmani Kurute Tat Phala Ashaya Eva. Then, having learned from the teacher how to perform the rituals, he performs the rituals. Tat Phala Ashaya Eva. In performing ritual also, the asha, the hope of the phala, the hope of the outcome is definitely there. The result is very much there. Then what kind of hope is there? Putramsha, Pashumsha, Abhivanchade. He desires progeny, he desires cattle. Icchate, Abhivanchade. So, Ashaya eva tat sadhanani anutishtade. It is only hope of getting that putra or pashu that he even learns about the ritual. Then he performs the ritual. All along, even learning. Why should I bother about learning a ritual? Only if the ritual is going to be useful to me, serve a purpose. Why would I perform? Again to serve the purpose. Thus, in performing rituals, in studying about them, in going to the teacher, in all of them, that asha is there all along. Asha eva tat sadhanani anutrishtade. Only with hope that he implements sadhanam, the means for attaining the putra, pashu, etc. Because rituals require a fair amount of effort. Depending on what kind of ritual it is, there can be a lot of effort involved in a ritual. And so, you want to, then you require the whole village. You require a mason to make your Vedi, and then you require a carpenter to do this, and you require this fellow. You require all kinds of people. You perform or go through all those means, provided there is hope that all of this will be meaningful to me, not otherwise. But then Swamiji, Lord Krishna prescribed Nishkama Karma. Give the asha. Then what asha is there? Then also there is asha of what? Ishvara Prapti, something greater. Lord Krishna is a very wise person naturally. He says, give up these expectation of these little things for the limitless. And so, the limitless is what this person wants. And so, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananja siddha siddhyo samo bhutva durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananja. Buddho sharaman vichya. You want knowledge? You want liberation in life? You want the limitless? So perform the limited rituals for attaining the limitless. So that even the Bhashyakara says that Sangam Tyaktva, even the attachment for the desire for moksha also should be given up. Meaning that while performing any action or performing duty, the mind should be free from any kind of desire, including desire for moksha, so Bhashyakara says. Then only total justice can be given to the thing at hand only when the mind is not preoccupied by anything else. Mind is occupied with some outcome, even moksha, then also mind will think about that. And that will be, that there will be a deficit of attention in what you are doing. But the hope of liberation is there, Ishvara Prapti is there, Antahakana Shuddhi is there. Otherwise, nobody will do that. Prayojanam Anuddishya, the prayojan is always there. Then say the Tikakara in line 27, Etad Loka Jayo Nama, Etad Lokasta Jananam, Swanukulata Apadanam, Tad Dravyadana, Priyavachana, Tad Anukula Asaranadevi, Loka Sangra Hetu Bhi Ichchadedi Vyachaste, Imam Cha Ityadina. Etad Loka Jayo Nama, wherever this Tikakara gets that Jaya, but conquering this world is what? Etallokasta jananam swanukulata apadanam. Attaining this world, achieving this world, conquering the world. What is meant by conquering the world? Or realm or loka? It consists of number of beings, human beings, other beings are there. So what is meant by conquering them? Swanukulata apadanam. All of them become conducive to you. That's all. So when you win over a world, is winning over the heart of the people who are there. So they become anukula, they become favorable to you. How do you do that? Tat dravyadana priyavachana tat anukula asaranadivihi loka sangrahetuvihi. To make people favorable to you, Dravyadanam, give them some money, Priyavachanam, pleasant words, Tat Anukula Acharanam, you do what they want, what is desirable for them, you do that. That's how you make people favorable to you. That's how you win over them. That's called winning over the loka, meaning winning over the people who are in that loka. Loka Sangraha, this is what explained as Loka Sangraha by this Tikakara. Loka Sangraha Hetuvihi. Loka Sangraha means in fact serving the people. So by serving the people, you make the people favorable to you, and that's how you conquer that world or realm. You have to stay Imam Chaityayana. So Vashyakara says, Imam Chalokam Ashedha eva Smaran Loka Sangrahetuvihi Ichchate. Ashedha eva, only when enthused by the hope, Smaran, remembering, Imam Chalokam Ichchate. Loka Sangraha Hetuvihi Ichchate. So the English translation is Loka Sangraha Hetuvihi, by the means of Sangraha means acquiring, that's parigraha. By means of acquiring the loka. But as the Tikakara explains, Loka Sangraha is pleasing the people, making them favorable to you by Dravyadana, Priyavachana, Tat Anukula Acharanam. So, Loka Sangha Hetuvihi Ichchate. So, these are the hetu, these are the means of pleasing the people, winning over the people. That's how you attain that world where these people are residing. Amum Chalokam Ashedha Smaran Tat Sadhana Anushthanena Ichchate. Amum Chalokam, the other world also, Ashedha. as enthused by the desire, he performs whatever rituals he performed for attaining the other world. Now the Tikakara says in the 30th line, so, Cha Ityadina, it says verse number 1 is complete, but 1 is not complete actually, passage. Nanu Akashadi Vishotpatyanantaram Tad Visha Anubhave Tasmaranam. See, normally, memory is the result of an past experience. So, what is memory? Memory is recollecting the samskaras, the impressions, which are stored in the mind as a result of past experience. So every experience or anubhava leaves samskara or impression in the mind. Those impressions, when they arise in your mind, they become memory. So memory presupposes experience. So smriti cannot be anubhava purvika. Ya smriti hi sa anubhava purvika. Every memory always is preceded by the anubhava or experience. So how do you remember space unless you experience space? So nanu akashadi visha utpatyanandaram. So you cannot experience space if space is not there. So only when the space is there that you can experience it, then only you can remember it. So how can you say remembrance is greater than space? Because if you want to look upon memory as a material cause, then only. Bhashyakara says smara is the cause of the giving, imparting usefulness to the space. It is not the cause in the primary sense like the clay is of the pot, but smara is the cause of imparting the usefulness to that place. Here, if you take smara as the primary cause, then it doesn't fit in. Akashadi vishotpatti anantaram tad vishay anubhavaha. Only when the space is created, that you can experience the space and other things. Anubhave tat smaranam. When anubhava experience is there, then there is smaranam or memory. Tata tatra asha. Then only the asha comes. So first an object such a space is there, then anubhava experience is there, then samskara is there, then memory is there. Then asha is there, that this is what space can do to me, for me. So you can expect, for example, putra, pashu, etc., provided you remember the ritual. When that Agnihotra can do this for me. So asha also is a result of memory. Not memory is a result of asha, asha is a result of memory. And so, when you remember the space, then space can do this for me, then that is the, so, asha. Okay, this is where the expectation comes. So, tat smaranam, tata tatra asha itevam vaiparitya darshanad. You are saying that smaraha is superior to akasha and asha is superior to smaraha, but our experience seems to be quite opposite of this. Only when akasha is there, there can be experience, then only there can be memory, then only there can be expectation, also presupposes memory. There is this swarga is there, and the ritual is there, Agnihotra is the means of swarga, etc. So all that memory is presupposed. Evam vaiparitya darshanat. So in our life we find the order, a succession, quite opposite of what the Shruti is saying. Katham asha smarayoho tat karanatvam. How do you say asha is karan of smara and smara is karan for akasha? But only when akasha is there, then smara can be there, then asha can be there. So, how do you say akasha, smara and asha are the cause of akasha? Iti ashankya. Purva sargastha akashadi anuvajanya samskarat. Because this is a cyclic thing, therefore. So, purva sargastha akash anuvajanya samskara. You experience Akasha in the previous cycle of creation. And therefore, the samskara of those experiences are stored. Idanim Akasha Smarayoho Sukshma Akashadi Vichayatra Abhivyakti. So when you remember space in your mind, that is the appearance of space. You've gone to Badrinath number of years ago. You remember Badrinath. Remember the Badrinath. Oh, the Vigraha of Badrinath. From Shaligrama, Shila it is there. Remember all of that. So experience and left samskara that brings about memory. Then, I want to go to Badrinath again. Beautiful. That experience you remember. You want similar experience, Asha is there, so undertake the travel to Badrinath. That's the usual thing. But here also, says first of all, Badrinath comes to your mind in a subtle form. So, Akasha Smara, Sukshma Akashadi Vishayatva Rupana Vyakti. Asha Smarayoho or Akasha Smarayoho? Should be Asha Smarayoho, Sukshma Akashadi Vishayatva Rupana Abhivyakti. So therefore, that memory, that hope, both of them manifest in your mind. So memory pertaining to space and hope pertaining to space, they appear in your mind. Tataha avayavadi, tata punah sthula rupena abhivyakti. Whatever avayavadi, whatever that is. And then the sukshma becomes the sthula. Iti. What happens is, according to them, see, when you make a pot, it is made of avayava. The two kapala, two halves are there, it is joining. So, memory of pot presupposes the memory of those two halves, when you can join. So, I guess any creation is always a creation result of the assembly of various components, avayavas. So, therefore, avayavadi tata punah sthulurupena abhivyakti. Then, the manifestation in a gross form. So, as far as the subtle Akasha is concerned, the krama is Akasha, Smriti, Asha. As far as Sthula Akasha is concerned, that Smriti of that, the Asha, then the Smriti, and then the gross manifestation of the object. Ityavam kramena chakrat parivartamanatvat. The Sthula Akasha creates memory of, experience and memory, and then again the memory and the creation of Sthula Akasha. So Sthula to Sukshma, Sukshma to Sthula. Chakravat parivartamanatva. This is how, like a cycle, like a wheel. This constantly rotation of wheel. From gross to the subtle, from subtle to the gross. So, Ashadinam. So, it's one chakra is what? The space, give rise to experience, give rise to memory, give rise to asha, give rise to memory, in the form of the subtle space. And then, so, the subtle space is created and then it becomes grossified. So, previous experience space is responsible for asha smara. And this asha smara is responsible for the new creation of new space, or in this cycle of creation. Evam kramena chakravat parivartamanatvat ashadinam. So thus asha smara vishaya, then vishaya smara asha, asha smara vishaya. Chakravat, like a wheel, it rotates, revolves. Then tatrapi ashaya mantra dhyana purvam karma anusthana tat phalataya loka shabdita vedadi santatya siddhe. Tatrapi, there also ashaya mantra dhyana purvam. Asha motivates you for studying or reciting the mantras. karmanusthanena, then that motivates you to perform the rituals. Tat phalataya, then produces the phalam or the result. Loka shabdita vyadadi. The phala is what? Loka, or this world, or the space, for example. Santatya or satatya siddhe, it should be, I guess. So there is a continuity, there is a flow. Ashayaha sarmoolatvam. So that way, when asha is there, smara is there, object is there, in that sense you can say asha is the sarmoolatvam, the mula, the source of everything. Atah ashaya sarvuyastvam ityaha, therefore asha is superior to everything. Atah. So Bhashyakara says, in the 11th line, Atah आशारशना अवबद्धम स्मराकाशादिना न स्मराकाशादि नाम पर्यंतम जगत चक्रीभूतम प्रतिप्राणे अतः आशारशना अवबद्धम, therefore tied with the rope of asha. Because the asha flows through and through. So everything is tied with the rope of asha. Smara akasha namadi paryandam jagat. The entire jagat of the universe consisting of smara, memory. In that asha is there. Memory gives us to akasha and the whole sequence ending with nama. So nama and the vak and mana and sankalpa, like that it came all the way up to asha. So beginning from smara and akasha, ending with nama, that's the jagat. The whole universe consisting of this. Chakri bhutam pratiprani. Towards every creature, this jagat is what? Is like a wheel. It constantly rotating wheel for every individual. The wheel which is tied with the rope of asha or hope. So bhuyastha phalamaha. What's the phalam, the outcome? The asha is greater than everything. Atah ashamupasva. Therefore, hey Narada, may you meditate upon asha as Brahman. Then the result of that upasana is stated in the second passage. Sayaha आशां ब्रह्मेत्युपास्ते आशया अस्य सर्वे कामाः समृद्ध्यन्ते अमोघाः अस्य आशिषः भवन्ति यावत् आशायाः गतम् तत्रास्य यथा कामचारो भवति आशां ब्रह्मेत्युपास्ते अस्ति भगव आशाया भूय इति आशाया वाव भूयोस्तीति तन्मे भगवान् ब्रवीत्विति. Say Asham Brahma iti upaste, one meditates upon Asha as Brahma. Ashaya asya sarve kama smruddhyanti. All his desires, or objects of desires, all become enriched because of Asha. So it is hope that enriches everything, you know. That's why Karma Kanda always emphasizes the desire for the result of an action is the motivating factor. Whatever else Lord Krishna may say, but as far as living day-to-day life is concerned, it is the desire that motivates everybody, you know. And therefore, so when Asha is there, hope is there, desire is there, then Sarve Kamas Buddhyanti. And so all the desires become enriched, or objects become enriched. Amoga asya ashisho bhavati. Asya, all his prayers also become unfailing. So when you meditate on Asha, you become Asha. So Asha always is fulfilled. So whatever Asha can do is what you get. Asha enriches everything that you do, and all your Asha or expectations become unfailing. Yavat ashayagatam tatrasya yatha kamacharo bhavati. So whatever be the range of spread of the asha, this person gets the freedom of movement. Ya asham brahmetyavaste asti bhagava ashaya, oh revered sir, is something greater than asha. Ashaya bhava asti, yes, there is something greater. Tanme Bhagavan Brahmetyavame, revered sir, please tell me about that. Explaining Vashyagara says, Yastu asham brahmetyupaste shrutasya phalam. Listen to the result for the one who meditates upon Asha as Brahman. Says, Ashaya sada upasitaya asya upasakasya sarve kamaha samruddhyanti samruddhim gacchante. Ashaya sada upasitaya. When you meditate, Asha is Brahman, not as ordinary thing. He looks upon Asha as Brahman. Brahman is the cause of everything. Brahman is all pervasive. Asha also is cause of everything, is also all pervasive. Therefore, it is sadhurishya, similarity with Brahman. Therefore, he meditates upon Asha as though it is Brahman. So Asha is raised to the status of Brahman, understand? Asha is raised to the status of Ishvara. So with that reverence, with that bhakti bhava, devotion, he meditates upon Asha. Sada upasitaya, all the time when he meditates upon Asha, asya upasakasya sarve kama samruddhyanti. All his kama can be desire, or his kama is all the objects of desire. Samruddhyanti, they all become enriched. Samruddhim gachanti, all attain prosperity. So he attains prosperity as a result of meditating upon Asha. Then further, Amogahe asya ashishaha प्रार्थनाः सर्वा भवन्ति यत् प्रार्थितं सर्वं तत् अवश्यं भवति इत्यर्थः. अमोघस्य आशीर् means प्रार्थना. His prayers become unfailing. In what? Yat prathitam saram tad avasyam bhavati. So whatever he prays for, that definitely happens. So people have this question, Swamiji, God does not listen. I have been praying and my prayers are not answered. So this one says, if you really meditate upon prayer, it will be answered. So depend with what intensity, you've done, with what devotion, with what intensity, with what commitment. So apparently, when you say that your prayers are unfailing, which means that the prayers have the capacity to create what you're praying for. Prayer unfailing means what? Prayer can create what you want. Meaning that by the prayers you create a certain force which creates an object. So that prayer is a subtle form which manifests as the object in the gross or tangible form. So he says, Jat pratham saram tadavasyam bhavati. So whatever it is, with what vigor you are praying, so avasyam bhavati. Yavat ashayaha gatam ityadi purvavat. So that section is explained as before. So whatever be the range of asha, he gets the freedom of movement, is to explain as before. Idi Chandogyopanishadi Saptamadhyasya Chaturdasha Khandaha. The 14th khanda of the 7th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.